If our kids are in an environment where they are being fed things that are antithetical to the faith, diametrically opposed to the truth, they are not going to parse that out and say, I reject that. I'm only here to learn 2 plus 2. Why did American children stop believing in God? That was the question. And here's what they found. They found that there was a direct connection to religiosity in this country and the number of hours kids spent in secular schools. Or let me say it this way, the secularization of government education. And so here's what they discovered over at the American Enterprise Institute. And I think this is a fascinating study because they're not really trying to proselytize through this information. It's just raw data, right? Mm-hmm. And what they discovered is that as our culture has secularized and as government education has gained more of a stronghold over children, children have become less religious. And here's what they said. They said the reason for this is because kids do not only learn at school reading and writing and arithmetic. They said children imbibe a whole lesson of how to exist in culture from the environment in which they're educated. And so what this tells me is that if our kids are in an environment where they are being fed things that are antithetical to the faith, diametrically opposed to the truth, they are not going to parse that out and say, I reject that. I'm only here to learn 2 plus 2. Right. No, our kids are malleable. They are being shaped. They are like wet clay. And so even the smallest touch leaves a mark on them. Think of your fingerprints on clay or even Play-Doh, something as simple as Play-Doh. Our fingerprints can be left there as a mark. And so what we are learning and what we've always known is that kids are sponges soaking up their environment. And now we actually have the empirical data to back that up, that we live in a more secular country because over the years, our children have received a more secular education. Mm-hmm. So this question of how will we change the nation? Can we turn this ship around? Can we right things? The answer is yes. But the question is, what will be the means by which we accomplish this? And that is going to be through culture proofing our kids, making them impervious to this culture. And a lot of parents find it difficult to embrace this. But one of the best ways to do that is to secure the environment in which they learn.
Yeah. That is an incredibly good point, because so often as Christians, we think it's okay for them to go to school and to learn the things that they're going to learn, and we'll just debunk it when they get home. But when you're putting them in these government institutions that for 40 hours a week are teaching them everything that's contrary to the word of God. And parents, if you don't think that's happening, you're not paying attention. They are teaching our kids everything that's contrary to the word of God. And it's on purpose, that there's a whole plan behind that. And so then to think that they're going to be there for 40 hours a week and then come home and we're going to have just a few hours with them in the evenings before they go to bed and in between dinner and dishes and bath time, and then a few hours with them on the weekends when we're doing all of our weekend chores and everything. And you think you're going to have more influence than the teachers who you're telling them, go trust this teacher and believe what they say. I'm entrusting your heart to them. It's impossible for them as young children to be able to differentiate the two and separate the truth from the lies. They don't know how to do that. They don't know what's true. They don't know what's false. Homeschool Insights is sponsored by CTC Math. If you're looking for a great online math program, visit ctcmath.com and try it for free. For more great homeschool inspiration and resources, listen to the Schoolhouse Rocked podcast every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday.